Healing Minds and Souls, a faith-based community dedicated to bringing trauma-informed care to the North Nashville community and surrounding areas through education, resources, and building relationships to develop healthy and a holistic community. Pastor Ella Clay will be talking about how we can stop allowing fear to overtake us regardless of our past, present, or future. Come and learn how to recognize signs and symptoms of trauma as we understand the emotional, physical, social, and spiritual impact of traumas. We will unpack the meanings of vicarious traumas and how to avoid moral injury as we actively avoid re-traumatizing ourselves and others. Let's learn together how to navigate life challenges of grief, trauma, pain, and/or isolation, and discover our innate strengths of courage, kindness, trust, perseverance, and become better equipped to experience a newfound confidence by not letting circumstances define our current existence or future selves. Join our show today with Pastor Ella Clay. She serves as senior pastor of the historic First Community Church and executive director of Healing Minds and Souls, 1815 Knoll Street, Nashville, Tennessee, 37208.
Good morning. It is a beautiful morning here at Healing Minds and Souls, a trauma-informed care community where we provide educational classes, resources, and establishing holistic relationship. We are so grateful on today because God's faithfulness is great towards us. Every morning we wake up, new mercies we see. All that we have need of, God's hand has provided. We're grateful on this morning for God being in our midst and our guest this morning, Miss Donna Jameau. And before we introduce her, a word from our sponsor.
Hi, this is Cannonball White, Cannonball's Covers, 4010 Clarksville Pike. We're going to talk a little bit about my shop and what we do around here. All types of upholstery, and we've done things for a lot of people over the years, a lot of celebrities and things like that. I've been in the business 51 years. Our work is excellent, and as you notice my shop, I'm a pretty big Tennessee fan.
At Cannonball's Covers, we restore all makes and models automobile seat covers, tops and upholstery, auto seat covers, automobile detailing, furniture repair and refinish, and much, much more. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or give us a call at 615-269-7882. That's 615-269-7882, or visit our website at www.cannonballscovers.net. Are you looking for a way to successfully advertise your business or ministry? Look no further than North Nashville's online TV station. Our platform gives you the opportunity to showcase your business or ministry to a wide range of viewers. With our advertising service, you get access to creative professionals who can help spread your message and reach potential customers in a cost-effective manner. We understand the importance of creating an impactful advertisement, and we are committed to helping you achieve your goals.
Hello, my name is Glenn Carter. I'm the owner here at Carter's Family Florist. We've been serving over Nashville and the Middle Tennessee for the last 25 years. We do flowers for all occasions. We do weddings, funerals. We send flowers out of town and have a host of plants, corsage for the prom, a dozen roses at Valentine, a dozen roses for Mother's Day. We do balloons, fruit baskets, and things of that nature, and we do deliver. So always come to Carter's Family Florist when you're in need of your flower needs. Address is 1822 26th Avenue North. That's Nashville, Tennessee, 37208. My phone number is 615-256-3777. Thank you for choosing Carter's Family Florist.
Are you looking to watch some of your favorite family TV shows like The Dick Van Dyke?
The Dick Van Dyke Show. Starring Dick Van Dyke.
Lucy.
Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show, and more. Look no more. With our service, you can instantly access hundreds of classic family TV shows. Plus, you can watch them anytime and anywhere.
Miss Donna Jean Jumeau has worked with children and families in Davidson County for 22 years. She has a BS in Child Development and Master's in Administration and Supervision. Throughout her career, she has served as a Head Start teacher for the Department of Human Service and a case manager at the Department of Children's Service. Case manager now for the Care Manager, Nashville Strong Babies program with the Metro Department of Health. Donna is a servant heart, has a servant heart, and enjoys helping all people that she come in contact with. Donna is a wife of 23 years and a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 2.
3.
Okay, I have 2 on here, so maybe 3. now it's 3. Okay, 3. And she attends Greater Heights Missionary Baptist Church, where her leader is the Reverend Curtis N. Bryant. In her spare time, she enjoys painting, traveling, and spending time with her family. We certainly welcome you today to Healing Minds and Souls.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for being here. I've known you for maybe 3-4 years, something like that, and I have known you to be a person that's really involved in community, that cares about families, cares about mothers, and particularly babies. And so you serve now currently with Nashville Strong Babies of Nashville.
With the Metro Public Health Department.
Metro Public Health Department. Thank you so much. So could you share your role, what that looks like, and also just tell us about your journey. How did your journey bring you to this point where you're now serving? And I consider you to be a social justice advocate, because anytime you're serving mothers, anytime you're serving babies, you're not only serving for this generation, but you're serving for generations to come. So can you just share some information with us?
Well, I want to first say thank you for inviting me to come and being in your space, and just thank you. We met 3-4 years ago, and that was through me volunteering.
Yes.
I just wanted to do some volunteering services, and I forget the agency that I volunteered through, but I volunteered, and I chose this church to come to cook the meal for your Healing Minds Bodies.
A really good meal too, I may add.
Thank you. And so I've always had a servant's heart. Like it's never, you can never say the money that you make will ever just amount to what is in your heart and what you do for others. I started off with the Metro Action Commission, being a Head Start teacher, because I always had just a soft spot for children and just with families. And then that developed to me working for the state of Tennessee and going to Department of Human Services, working with families in a different aspect, helping them, making sure that they receive their benefits that they were needed to help them to support their families. And then it went from there to Department of Children's Services, where you kind of seen the not so good side of things, but your job was to go in to investigate and to make sure that the children of Davidson County were safe in their homes. And so what brought me on to the Nashville Metro Public Health Department, I started there in the FEMA department, where I was a safe sleep advocate, and just going out teaching the community about the ABCs of safe sleep because due to the infant mortality rate, we want to make sure that that the community is educated on preventable infant deaths. And then I moved on with Nashville Strong Babies. It was just a add-on to what I was doing before. So now I'm a case care manager. And so what I do is I work with the families. I work with moms who are currently pregnant or have a baby less than 18 months. And what I do is I go in and I'm that support person, because moms need that additional support because we want to lower the risk of the maternal mortality rate, infant deaths rate. So I go in, I help service moms, I offer resources to them, whatever resources they may need. I just want to go in to help lessen their stress. Whatever may be going on with them, I want them to have a healthy pregnancy. I want to make sure that they're going to the doctor, that they have a doctor to go to. I want to make sure that if they have any substance abuse, any tobacco abuse, we have a tobacco program at the health department. We get our mothers involved in that to help them have a healthy pregnancy. We offer doula services, free doula services actually, to our moms who are in the program to help them get that additional support. So when they're at the hospital or when they're giving birth, they have that additional support. We offer car seats, baby beds to our moms. We offer them education, and just with the baby's development, with their pregnancy development. Talk about infant safe sleep all the time because we want moms to be practicing once the baby's born how to properly sleep their babies, because we know that babies do die and it could have been prevented, if the babies are in their bed sleeping safe. And so we teach the ABCs, and then after the baby's born, we just make sure mom is taking the baby to the doctor and making sure she's keeping up with the well visits. And we're just there we're in the home. We build that relationship with our moms where they're comfortable with just talking to us about things that may be going on, because it's a lot going on out there, especially with finances, abuse, whether it be physical abuse, drug abuse. The housing situation in Nashville is gotten really difficult. So we just want to be that help to our moms, and we're in the homes for 18 months.
We really appreciate the work that you're doing, and the work that you're doing, again, is a generational work, because oftentimes you are going in homes in unhealthy patterns. Sometimes there are unhealthy patterns that individuals may have learned from their upbringing. You oftentimes are showing individuals a different way that they can exist, a different way to live. What I want to ask you talked about the infant mortality rate. Immortality rate. Can you talk about why the rate among African American mothers, why that rate is so high in our community, and maybe some things that we can do to change those numbers, to lower those numbers, and how can we help our babies be born healthy and have a healthy existence?
Yes. So it's a proven fact that African American mothers are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes, and a lot of that is due to you have substance abuse, you have preeclampsia, you have the mental health, you have heart conditions, excessive bleeding, certain things that, because of health care, and it's known that the inequalities in health care with Black African Americans, it's not equal as well. And so, that's why we do provide the doula services. We try to help have that support, so if mom has to start having the bleeding, she will know the symptoms, to know your body, to know if something doesn't feel right. And it's just, in the African American community, the money, the income is not there, the finances are not there. The jobs might not be there for them to get good health care. And it's just, a lot of that plays into that. So when you have organizations like ours, like Nashville Strong Babies, we go into the home, we help our moms, we make sure that that they, you know, we talk about, when we say education, we talk about things like know your body, know the symptoms. We give you that doula service, so that doula service can kind of give you that additional support. And
So doula services, which is it a natural way of experiencing childbirth? You're having someone there alongside of you at your home. Is that the case most of the time? That's
So-
helping you. Yeah, could you?
so we're partnered with Homeland Hearts.
Okay.
And so there they provide the doula services. And so if our moms say, yes, I would like to have that doula services, it's just having that extra support person that will maybe go to the doctor with you, that'll help you understand some things, give you tips on maybe breathing, on childbirth. You know, a lot of moms might want to go that route of having natural childbirth and not having that, not go through, you know, the having the epidurals and stuff like that. But it's just to have that additional support because, you know, they help you during pregnancy and postpartum. You know, if mom wants to continue breastfeeding. But we also, Nashville Strong Babies, we also want to make sure our mothers are getting all the benefits they need, like they're getting the education through WIC. So we provide that, and we make sure to kind of guide them towards all the resources that will help them to have a healthy pregnancy.
Thank you so much for that. I love the idea of being able to experience childbirth in a natural way for those that can. Like not all mothers are able to experience that, but for individuals that are able to experience a natural way of bringing a child into the world, I'm sure it's a more peaceful way. I even would consider it sacred, right? Because you're in your own space, your own environment, and having someone there will assist you in birthing a child into the world. I imagine that it's one of the most beneficial ways of experiencing childbirth. How many women are more so now looking for doulas to help assist them? Is it popular? Are the numbers up? Are they increasing?
Well, doula services have been around for many years, but doula services are very expensive because you're getting that one-on-one care with somebody. And for African American women, sometimes that doula services just wasn't feasible. They couldn't afford to be able to have a doula services. So that's one thing that's good about our program is that we offer the doula services to our clients who are in our program, and they get that free of charge. So that's something that they don't have to worry about having to pay for. And then also they get that additional added support that they need as well.
So, is there an age range where you work with mothers? Particularly, do you have a particular age range that you're focused on for Nashville Healthy Babies?
Yeah, but Nashville Strong Babies, there's no income guideline, so you don't have to meet any kind of guideline. We only serve 7 zip codes in Nashville, and those zip codes are the zip codes that have the highest maternal mortality and infant death rates. So it's just that we serve those seven zip codes in Nashville. But anyone, if you're pregnant, we can serve you.
And so, can you share what zip codes those are that you're permanently focused on?
They're 37207, 37208, 37210, 37216, 37115, which is Madison, 37218, and then 37221.
Thank you so much for that. So, one of the things that I wanted to lift up, and you shared somewhat about it, you alluded to mothers that may have addictions, mothers that may smoke, mothers that may be dealing with abusive type situations. You're here to help and assist those mothers. And so the question that I wanted to lift up is the impact. What is the impact that you see with the trauma in your daily work when you're working alongside of mothers? Do you largely see mothers and babies that are impacted in deep ways with trauma? And all those things we just discussed are trauma-related incidents. So can you share about that?
Well, one thing we do with as case care managers, we do screenings with our moms to see. We do a screening called ACEs, and that lets us know if there's been trauma from growing up.
Can you share about ACEs as you? So could you share with the audience what ACEs is? So,
Okay, so it's a screening tool that will let you know what traumas that you have, what traumas you have occurred in your as a child growing up. If you've seen physical abuse, if you've been physically abused, if you've been sexually abused, if you had a two-parent household, if you've seen one of your parents go to prison, all of that is trauma as a child growing up. And so a lot of that sometimes, if it's not identified, if a regular person really doesn't know what ACEs is, but then they identify that, oh, I've had trauma, this is some trauma that's been in my life, then we try to get help for that. And
what about screaming? You know, a lot of times how some families, they have, instead of communicating in a calm and peaceful way, maybe some families maybe scream or talk loud at children. Would you consider that to be traumatizing, hollering?
Yeah, if I do. If it you know, I look back at the way I was raised. I think I was a screamer to my kids, but I think that it during the time where you don't address your own traumas and you're frustrated or you're trying to get a point across and you do scream, I think it does. Of course, it scares the child, you know. But you're getting your frustrations as a parent out of trying to get something across to somebody instead of speaking in a calm voice. But when you're angry, of course you're gonna scream. You're gonna speak loudly. But I do not suggest, you know, that you scream at your children. But I've been guilty of doing that, so I know about screaming.
And when we know better, we do better, right?
That's right.
And
that's the main thing. When you know better, you
yes.
do better. And I just think about that a lot with, because I think life is just about growing. And you think you got it right, and then next thing you know it, you look up and it's something like, man, I dropped the ball here, I dropped the ball there. But the best thing is about when you know better.
That's right.
You do better.
That's right. And the reason why I lifted that up because in some communities, that's just we consider it to be a norm. But once we come to the realization that I may be traumatizing this child, because of the traumas that I have experienced in life. So in order to stop perpetuating that cycle, we have to learn a new paradigm, a new way of experiencing life, a new way of communicating.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay. So, and so back to the statement about how you see the traumas displayed oftentimes in the lives of individuals that you serve.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because and also like because our moms, you know, some of them have mental health issues, and they have depression, and some don't go seek help. Some just say I could just deal with it on my own. But when I come into and I do the screenings for the trauma, or I mean the ACEs screening, and then we also have the Edinburgh that we do, and that one looks at the ask questions to see how we do a prenatal and postnatal one for our moms, just to see where they're at mentally, see if they have depression in the first beginning of the pregnancy, because it's known that if moms suffer from depression during pregnancy, then after pregnancy they're most likely to suffer from postpartum depression. So we just want to make sure that we're aware if there's any depression, any postpartum, if we see any signs. We want to make sure that mom gets all the help that she needs. And so that's where referrals go in for mental health. Your program has helped. I've referred a couple of my moms here for this program that wanted more. Some just didn't want to go to a counselor. They wanted more of a Christian based. And so just as long as we're just helping our moms and getting them the help that they need prior pregnancy and after pregnancy. So a lot of health referrals go out, and it is a lot. It's a lot of because we deal with a lot of single moms, you know, single moms, and you have moms that have endured trauma, and you have moms that are trying their best. They're working, they're trying to make ends meet. It's a lot of stress in the home, and it's a lot, and sometimes it's just never just enough to help provide. So that's why we just try to offer those additional resources to help our moms.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And so I think the work that you're doing it's considered social justice advocacy. So whenever you're helping or whenever you're assisting our community and you're making lives better, that's social justice work. And I believe that's what we have been called to do as Christians. Jesus, I consider him the greatest social revolutionary individual that ever walked the face of the earth, because he was always going about helping people, right, uplifting people, individuals. That I'm thinking about the woman of the Samaritan woman, where no other individuals wanted to be around her, particularly Jews, but he would stop in that city just to make sure that he was taking care of the needs of her, and then others was blessed by it. So that's what I see in the work that you're doing, right? You're blessing the mothers and you're blessing the babies, but the community at large is blessed by the work that you are doing. And so when we think about the work that you're doing with the mothers and with the babies, I consider that to be a two-generational approach. Oftentimes, if you are working alongside and educating the mothers, but you're not working alongside of the babies, then you're missing a generation. So to have that, to work together with the mothers and the babies, I think is vitally important. One of the things you said a few minutes ago, back to that two-generation approach, and I'm thinking about what a young lady shared with me. She said that her 6-year-old was depressed. Right? And so I'm thinking, how could a 6-year-old be depressed? And I thought about the statement that you made that when mothers are dealing with things, when the baby is in their uterus, the baby is oftentimes affected or impacted by whatever's going along with that mother, right? And so let's talk about the two-generational approach. Like you are working alongside of the mothers, but also you're helping the babies too, and how I consider that makes the major difference. So can you share?
Yes, so after the baby is born, we make sure, we want to make sure mom has gone to the doctor for her postpartum, her visit, but we want to make sure that mom is also taking the baby to the doctor. So we make sure that the baby is getting the appropriate health care as well. And then at different development stages for the baby, because we're only in the home for 18 months. So, other than that, for those 18 months, we do development screenings with our moms. We do a 4-month, 6-month, 9-month, 12-month. And if needed, we'll do we'll continue the screenings on until the 18-month. And those screenings just see where the baby's at developmentally, making sure that the baby has reached milestones. And if the baby hasn't reached milestones, then okay, if we're seeing something where the baby's not possibly starting to walk or talk, or the baby's just not where the developmentally, then we're okay, mom. So we're tracking the baby, and we're also educating mom and letting mom know, okay, so if the baby's not doing this right now, so maybe these are some things that you may need to do. We need to talk to our doctor and let the doctor, know that some of these things that the baby's not doing developmentally. So then at that point, the doctor can address that and send make additional referrals to needed doctors, if it's for speech therapy or if it's for any type of developmental therapy or anything like that.
Awesome. And that's really needed. Again, you think about the mothers. Oftentimes they're trying to do the best that they can do with their children, with the information they have, with the education they have. So to have an agency such as what you have, Metropolitan, come alongside of them to help and assist them is very, very much needed in this time. So as we think about, again, the experiences that the mothers have, and you talked about the journey in life, how life is a journey, and it's ebbs and it's flows, and we have good days and we have bad days and we have mediocrity days. How do you assist individuals processing their traumas? How are they able to process their traumas when they come to the realization that they're dealing with things? Do you have a space that is gifted or that's shared with the women to help them to process their traumas and the things that have impacted them and their families? And do you see sometimes that they can come to a realization that this may have happened in my childhood, or this may have happened when I was growing up, but I don't want this cycle to be repeated?
Yeah, so when I meet my moms, my job is to go in to develop that relationship with them so they can be open, so they can talk. And then I talk to them, and as we develop that relationship, we start to share stories. And so if it's to the point where mom has shared a story and it's too much, or she's overwhelmed, then that's when it's okay I always explain to my mom, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to get that additional help that you may need just to get you over this hump. There's nothing wrong with you because you said, hey, I'm not feeling well mentally. I've dealt with some things in my life that are just too overwhelming. And a lot of that is I'm not, in some of those areas, that's not my expertise. So I have to refer you to an expert that has the license, that has the knowledge in that area. So, but the whole thing is just to go in to develop that relationship and let mom know that it's okay. The life that you're living now is, a lot of things might not be your fault that you're in the situation you're in right now. But just to let them know that I'm no better than you. I've dealt with my trauma. I've had childhood traumas. I'm where you at as well. You know, I've gone through some of the things that you may have gone through. So just being relatable and just opening up that relationship with our moms and letting them know it's okay. I'm here to help you. What do you need? What do you need me to do? And if you're not, if mentally you're not okay, if you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, or some things have happened along your way, okay, let's start right here, and let's see what we can go to fix it.
That's wonderful, Donna, and I thank you so much again for what you're doing. The work that you're doing is so powerful and so much needed. And I think about when I grew up, which was many, many years ago, how our community looked different. And so we knew the Miss Jones, and oftentimes we would call them Aunt Susie. You know, it was a communal type of neighborhoods that we had. But now we have just gotten so far away from that. Seemingly every household is just an individual, and so the communal part is often lost. And so how can we as a community, as you just shared, when you sit down and talk with the young ladies, you share with them, I've experienced some hardships, I experienced some challenges in life, but these are the ways that I have gotten through them. I think it's important. We have to get back to, I believe, how God has created us to be as humanity, and God has created us to be communal people, right? And so to be able to sit down and to be able to share that with individuals, oftentimes I'm sure that opens them up to even share more. And that can be therapeutic in a lot of senses when they're just able to give voice to what they are dealing with. How would you recommend for our community to work alongside? We see individuals, we see people that are struggling. We see people that need help.
Yes.
Right? So what can we do as a community that could help the mothers and babies? Some things are so, common that we get so high tech that we forget just the basic things. So what would you recommend for our community? We're seeing people that are struggling. We're seeing people that are going through. Shouldn't we have just a little compassion? There should be a little compassion.
Absolutely. In day and time, like in our communities now, regentrification is taking place. So you have a lot of the outside moving in, you have a lot of the inside moving out, and so it's causing a lot of displacement where you can't go to your neighbor, you can't ask for things, for help. But I really truly believe that just making partnerships within the community, with the health department, with the local churches, with Meharry, with different organizations. There's so many different organizations within Nashville, and if we partner up and we do outreach. So outreach is the key. I love doing outreach. I love talking to the community. I love letting the community know this help is here. We're here to serve you. And a lot of times people don't know that if you don't have outreaches, if you don't have community health fairs, baby showers, just at those events, that's where you gain the most resources, because a lot of different outside agencies come together, and then everybody's out to help the community. Health insurance. If you need additional support here, food here, or programs to help mom and children's, or churches having like Healing Minds and Bodies, and you have these programs that nobody know about if you didn't go out and outreach. So having community health fairs is great. Still needed, and to be done in our communities to get the word out there. Hey, we're here for you if you need us.
Collaboration is really important. Collaboration is big. We can't do work in the silos where we may have a specialty, we may have something that we're focused on, but we need each other, right? Even as I was saying about how we have operated as individuals and individual families, we still need each other. Organizations need each other to do the work. Families, we need another family to help us come alongside and to fare well, to have a healthier type of lifestyle, more holistic.
Yeah.
And so, what will be your final? Did you have another thought? Seemed like you had another thought there.
No, I'm just trying to think if I make sure to cover all points, but I think I have.
So again, you provide car seats, resources,
Baby beds,
yeah.
Strollers, high chairs. So we provide those things, especially with the baby beds for our moms, because we want to push safe sleep. We want to push safe sleep. So we want to make sure that mom is well educated and letting her know that we're giving you this baby bed, and this bed is for your baby, and for you to practice the ABCs of safe sleep. Making sure your baby's in this bed alone, and that you're laying this baby laying your baby on his back, and he has his own crib. And so, because a lot of accidents, preventable deaths have happened with the baby being in the bed, sleeping with mom, or sleeping on the couch or in the car seat, just things that can be prevented. So we do provide those baby beds for our moms if they need a baby bed for their baby, and as well as the car seats. And it's just some of the incentives that we give for our moms to being part of our program.
And continuous education is so important. As you were saying, lie the baby on the back. When I had my daughter, you were laying the baby on the stomach. So again, continuous education, because as science, the doctors continue to study, there are different things that they learn along the way, whereas one thing may have been taught, then you find out that's not the best way to do health care.
Yeah.
So as we come to conclude, what would be your final words for our audience on today? What would you share with them?
I truly enjoy the work that I do. I truly enjoy serving my community in any capacity that I can that's going to help them in any way, make their lives better. I really truly thank you for letting me come and being a guest on your show. And we are having, Nashville Strong Babies is having a baby shower. It's going to be on Meharry campus. It's going to be on March 9th. It's going to be from 10 to 2. It's going to be at the Cal Turner Family Center at Meharry Medical College. It's a Nashville Strong Babies event, and we just want to make sure that it's going to be many resources out there for our moms. Come on out if you're pregnant, or if you just newly delivered your baby, please come out and gain the resources and education that will be there for you. And other than that, just thank you for having me on your show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here with us on today. Thank you for the information. Thank you for the work that you're continuing to do. God's blessings are continuous upon you as you go and serve these beautiful mothers and babies. For we know that children are heritage of the Lord. As a matter of fact, the Word of God says that God sets babies in families. And we are grateful for the generations that are raised. They will raise up and they will call God blessed. They will call their families blessed. They will release generational blessings in their families for generations to come. Thank you so much for being with us on today, and we look forward to seeing you on next week. God bless you. God keep you. God makes his face to shine up on you. God be merciful unto you and give you peace. Thank you so much.